need to speak about Ferrari. Again, I've already done 12 videos exclusively on the Italian team this season, and now a third is due, I think. Cast your minds back to the Dutch Grand Prix a couple weeks back, because that's what led me to this video, because that weekend proved to us that Ferrari still have areas to work on, or rather areas where issues keep on cropping up every now and then. Qualifying is my main argument point here, I suppose you could say. Management of the session and putting their drivers out in traffic, is that keeps coming up. During Q1 at Zandvoort, Leclerc just squeezed through to Q2 by half a tenth. Yes, the Ferrari was not great that weekend, but he was nearly knocked out, and Ferrari's management of that session did not help, and Leclerc himself was none too pleased about it on the radio. Roll the radio.
Okay, P14.
Are we?
Yes, we are.
For fuck's sake. Come on. Now, let's be honest, traffic. The traffic is the most important. Tire warm up, everything. This is important. This is the only priority we have. Let's focus on that and everything will be fine. Otherwise, we are going to be out in Q2. We are lucky already to be in.
Copy, understood.
He was pissed. And rightfully so, because no matter how good or bad your car is, if the team F up, where they send you out and you have heavy traffic or something like that, that can really scupper your session. And that is a mistake you cannot afford to be making, especially on a track that has potential for overtaking to be a bit very difficult. I came there with 186 overtakes at Zandvoort, but you get my point. And it's not like this is a one-off thing. Ferrari haven't been great on their management of qualifying sessions on both sides of the garage more than once. And then, you know, you had mistakes like Monaco in Q3, where Leclerc wasn't told in time about Norris coming up behind him on a qualifying lap, and that undoubtedly cost Leclerc a podium the following day. Leclerc did nothing wrong, the penalty wasn't his fault, it was the team that effed up. Mistakes like that, Ferrari need to try and cut it out. I would also mention here about Leclerc not having a toe in Monza Q3, which was a mistake, but that was apparently his choice to go out without a toe, not the team, so that's null and void here, really. The Ferrari season in general, if I had to sum it up using only one word, it would be roller coaster. Sometimes they're second best, sometimes they're fourth best, there's very little in between. They seem to be stronger on tracks like Monza, Austria, Belgium, Canada, perhaps Baku as well, but that's a little bit more of a muddy view because Leclerc is insanely good at Baku. But then they've not been so good on the circuits like Silverstone and Hungary and Zandvoort and probably Singapore next weekend. Those tracks with high-speed corners, perhaps higher downforce, higher load. Singapore is one of those higher downforce, higher load circuits, so I'm a bit skeptical for this weekend, but we'll have to see if they've learned anything from Zandvoort. But however, looking ahead to this season, there's reason to be hopeful. Enrico Cardile, who is, as it says on Ferrari's website, Ferrari's technical director of chassis and aerodynamics, recently said that the 2024 car will be brand new. It will not be an evolution of the SF23, but rather a brand new car with a different design, different chassis, different rear end. He also said that while developing this year's car, they realized some choices they made were not right, and that it's crystal clear what they did wrong with the SF23 and what the weaknesses are. First of all, it's great to see such an honest answer. It's great to see someone at Ferrari other than, say, Leclerc or Vasseur saying, yeah, we fucked up. But second of all, it's just overall great to hear like him say that, to say they know where they went wrong and they will be doing something about it and changing direction for next year. Then also recently in an interview, Leclerc was asked about if he's convinced of Fred Vasseur's plans or not, and he confirmed that he was fully convinced that his approach and the vision the Frenchman has for the team is the right one, and they're working in the right direction, stating something that we kind of already knew as well, that they have new engineers coming to the team to reinforce the team. He was also asked in a different interview on what the differences is with Vasseur, and Leclerc said that he brings a different working method than Binotto did, saying that a point of view from an outsider makes you see things you maybe didn't noticed before. Also going on to say that he speaks to him open-mindedly and without hesitation, which helps him. I think this is the first time I've seen either Ferrari driver making a direct comparison between Vasseur and Binotto. What Cardile has said about the 2024 car and what Leclerc, who everyone knows is basically Ferrari's main man, has said about being fully convinced of Vassoura's vision for the team is a really good thing. I'm not just saying this because this is my favorite team, which houses my favorite driver. It's a good thing for Formula 1 as a whole, because I think to have a strong Ferrari fighting at the front is what Formula 1 needs, and hopefully this change of direction with the car for 2024 will help the team in trying to get back to achieving that. Formula 1 needs Ferrari fighting at the front, period. Looking at the end of this season, Ferrari currently sit 45 points behind Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship. 8 races to go. Will undoubtedly be trying to aim for that second place in the Constructors. That's going to be the aim, or at the very least to stay in the top 3. And then as for the driver standings, they're currently sitting in 5th and 6th in the standings. Sainz 5th, Leclerc is 6th as of right now as things stand. And undoubtedly that aim is gonna be for that 5th in the standings, perhaps pushing forward a little bit more if possible. I don't know how possible that's gonna be to push any higher than aiming for 5th, because of the gap up to Hamilton is upwards of 50 points between Sainz and Hamilton. Either way, I think trying to be in that best of the rest 5th position is going to be the aim for both drivers. Whichever one will get it, well, we'll see, but who knows what's going to happen. And finally, not to delve into F1 Twitter drama again, but I want to quickly mention again about this whole hateful comments towards Leclerc thing from mainly some of the Carlos Sainz's fans, not all but some, and the Sainz family's recent actions, because the latest developments, if you haven't seen, has been Sainz's mother liking aforementioned hateful tweets. One was basically saying Leclerc has no honour, not a very good look on the Sainz family. Charles did kind of respond to this though when he liked a tweet a Leclerc fan account made simply saying honour with a picture of his Monza twin in 2019. I will say he seems fairly unbothered by all this. But then there was Sainz Sr. after the race in Monza basically shitting on Ferrari and Leclerc in the media after his son finished 3rd for whatever freaking reason other than to create drama. I have no freaking idea. I'm not just mentioning this yet again because it's targeted towards my favourite driver. I would be speaking out about this no matter who it was directed towards. But I am serious when I say I will not stand for people unnecessarily making hateful comments about a driver or about anyone, especially when said person has done absolutely nothing wrong. Fucking cut it out. Charles did nothing wrong. Like, Ferrari, can you at the very least reel in Sainz's father or something? Or say or do something in general? Could you imagine if now was when Leclerc chose to announce his contract extension? What timing that would be! And also, before anyone says it, yes, I know I need to get off F1 Twitter more than I do. But not even joking, what even is going on with Camp Sainz at the moment? With all that shit talking about Charles, then remember when those Audi rumours cropped up a few weeks back, which were denied by Sainz? Well, last week they came back up when an article cropped up with Sainz Sr. saying they had been in contact with Audi, before the article swiftly disappeared. It's a bit funny that they denied it, only to then say, yeah, that did happen, we had contact with Audi, on the week of your team's home race. Like, seriously, there is something going on behind the scenes in that team, specifically on the Camp Sainz side of things. I do not know what. I can't help but feel like there's something bubbling away in the background and the shit's gonna hit the fan at some point. Perhaps what Helmut Marko said a few years back about the Sainz camp wasn't so far off the mark. What do you think of Ferrari, Inu, and into next year though? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.